My name is Elsa, and this is the part of my life I never imagined I would share with the world. But maybe someone out there needs to hear it. Maybe someone feels alone right now. Maybe someone feels broken, and maybe my voice will help them breathe again. I always thought love would be simple for me. I'm not the dramatic type. I don't fall fast, but the day I met Damian, everything in me softened. He had this quiet way of looking at me, like he saw parts of me I didn't even understand yet. He wasn't perfect, but he felt safe, like home with a heartbeat. We started dating slowly, coffee dates that turned into long evening walks, silent moments that didn't feel awkward. He made me laugh in ways I didn't even know I needed. When he held my hand, it felt like my heart could finally rest. I told myself, Elsa, this is the one. Don't overthink it. Months later, he proposed. No big crowd, no fireworks. Just the two of us in his living room with soft lights and shaky hands. I cried, not because of the ring, but because I felt chosen. Completely chosen. Our wedding day was beautiful, simple, romantic. I kept imagining the life ahead of us, the laughter, the whispers, the little traditions we would create. I imagined waking up beside him for the next 50 years. Everything felt right. But then, the night that was supposed to seal our love became the first night I tasted a kind of pain I didn't have a name for. I remember the room, warm, soft lights, flowers, candles. Damian kissed me gently, and I wanted to give myself to him. I really did. But when he tried to enter me, the pain hit like fire. Sharp, unbearable, shocking. My whole body stiffened without warning. I pulled away, shaking. Tears ran down my face before I could hide them. Damian froze. Elsa, what happened? Did I hurt you? His voice was soft, but I could hear the confusion underneath. I told him I was fine. I told him we could try again later. But inside I was terrified. My body reacted like I was in danger, but I wasn't. I was with the man I loved. That night, I cried quietly in the bathroom so he wouldn't hear me. I didn't know what this was. I didn't want him to think I didn't desire him. I didn't want to disappoint the man who chose me. Days passed, weeks. Every time Damian reached for me, I felt fear rising in my chest, even though I loved him deeply. And every time we tried, the pain came back, sharp, burning, impossible to ignore. My muscles would clamp down like a locked door. At first, he was patient. He held me while I cried. He said, "It's okay, Elsa. We'll figure it out." But patience doesn't last forever. Not when the thing you want feels so close yet so impossible. He started avoiding touching me altogether. He would roll to the far end of the bed. Sometimes he slept on the couch. He didn't kiss me as often. He didn't hold me the way he used to. And whenever I tried to talk about it, he would sigh and look away. One night, I heard him whisper to himself, "What kind of marriage is this?" I felt something inside me break. I became distant too. I stopped dressing up. I stopped smiling. I felt like a failure. As a wife, as a woman. I didn't know who to talk to. Everyone around me seemed to have perfect marriages, perfect nights, perfect intimacy, and then the pressure to conceive began. Any news? Have you missed your period? Are you people trying at all? Trying? I couldn't even get past the first step. I felt like screaming, but instead I stayed silent. One night, after Damian went to bed without touching me again, I sat on the floor of the bathroom with my phone, searching desperately for answers. Pain during sex. Why does my body close up? Why can't my husband enter me? That was the night I came across the word for the first time, vaginismus. I didn't know if I should feel relieved or terrified. The next morning, I booked an appointment with a gynecologist. I didn't tell Damian. I didn't want to disappoint him again with something I didn't fully understand. In the clinic, the doctor listened quietly. She didn't judge me. She didn't interrupt. She held my hand and said, "Elsa, you're not alone. What you're describing is vaginismus, and it's more common than you think." She explained it to me in a way that finally made sense. Vaginismus isn't a lack of love. It isn't a lack of desire. It isn't a moral issue. It isn't punishment. It's a physical reaction to emotional fear, anxiety, trauma, or subconscious triggers. The pelvic floor muscles tighten involuntarily, meaning you cannot control it. Your body literally acts like it is protecting you from something dangerous, even when it's not. She said the pain wasn't in my head. The tears weren't weakness. The fear wasn't madness. The tightening was real, automatic, like a fire alarm that wouldn't stop ringing. She told me that vaginismus can be caused by many things: a strict upbringing, fear of sex, past trauma, anxiety, pressure to perform, or even no clear cause at all. And that shook me. She told me healing was possible, but it required patience, therapy, exercises, and emotional safety. I remember crying in her office, not because I was sad, but because I finally had a name for the monster that had been destroying my marriage quietly in the dark. When I told Damian, he didn't react the way I expected. He was quiet at first, confused, a little ashamed that he didn't understand earlier. Then he said, "So what do we do now?" His tone wasn't angry anymore. It was tired, but honest, human. We started therapy, pelvic floor exercises, breathing techniques, slow, careful steps. Some days were good, some days were terrible, some days I wanted to quit. Some days Damien would lose patience and withdraw, but slowly he softened. I started healing. My body started learning safety again. And one night, months later, in the gentlest moment, something shifted. For the first time, I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel pain. I felt peace. I felt connection. I felt like myself again. We cried afterwards. Both of us. Not because of the act, but because of the healing. A few months later, I saw 2 pink lines. I held that test in my shaking hands and dropped to my knees. Damien ran into the bathroom asking what was wrong, and when I showed him, he covered his face with his hands and sobbed. Today, I'm a mother of 2 boys. 2 miracles I once believed I would never hold. 2 reminders that healing is real. 2 proofs that pain is not the end of your story. And if you're listening to me right now, if you feel broken, ashamed, afraid, or alone, please hear me. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not unlovable. Your body is not your enemy. Healing is possible. And love, real love, will wait for you, learn with you, and rise with you. Talk to a doctor. Ask questions. Seek answers. You deserve healing. You deserve pleasure. You deserve love that doesn't hurt. My name is Elsa, and this is my truth. I hope it helps you find yours.